Ah, yes. Smoked deer sausage on the grill. There ain't nothing like it. Hey, it's TJ with your KOZ Raw for this week. And in Texas, it's cool out, but not cold. We know some of you guys out there, you're having 100-car pileups in your highways and 5 feet of snow with more on the way. Man, we just don't do that well here. We kind of try not to do that. It's okay on occasion, maybe once every couple of years, I guess. But we just kind of don't do the cold too well. Matter of fact, if you live in Texas, you gotta like the hotness if you live in Texas. Joe Don's grandson said that one time when he was visiting from California and the consistent 70-degree cool weather in California. He said, "Grandpa, you gotta like the hotness if you live in Texas." And so I reckon we like the hotness. But anyway, welcome to your KOZ Raw for this week. Please like and subscribe. Share this. Like and subscribe so we can build this channel up a little bit. We're not doing it for any other reason except we just want to really share what God's doing in KOZ, the blessings, the incredible adventure of KOZ, and maybe how to help raise up a boy and give him a leg up or a hand up to get some forward momentum as a young man, especially if he doesn't have a male role model there for him. That's Smokey. He wandered up here on the farm one day and never went away. Cool cat, outside cat. So I had a story I wanted to share with you guys. And so I was sitting in the office, the KOZ office one day, and I got a call, and the staff came in the office and said, "Hey, TJ, somebody's calling. He wants some information on KOZ and what KOZ is." And I said, "Okay, yeah, sure. Pass him along." So I got on the phone, and it was a local coach. It was back when KOZ was relatively new, and I knew the school. He was a coach at the local school, one of the local schools, a middle school, I think. Yeah, it was a middle school. And he said, "I need to find out what this KOZ thing is." I said, "Okay." He goes, "Yeah, I have this really unique situation here. I got two boys that have become just best of friends, and unlikely best of friends." And I asked them how they became friends, and they said KOZ. Now, let me tell you who these two boys are, he was explaining to me. He said one of them is the most unpopular, unseen, invisible boy in school. He has not a part of any particular club, not a part of any particular group, not a screaming straight A student or any reason for him to be noticed. He's just a kid in the school. And the other boy, his now best friend, is a star athlete on the football team. Everybody knows who he is. Every little girl wants to hang around him. He's pretty sharp, and but he's just maybe the most popular kid in the school. And now the most unseen boy and the most popular boy are best friends because they met at this thing called KOZ, and I need to find out what it is. And he'd been a school teacher and a coach for a long time, and he'd never seen something like that happen. And he actually even came to some KOZ meetings, did the training in the early days, and then went on to continue to teach and coach. But what he saw was, what he got was, and what we know is that boys are boys. And when they become part of KOZ, they're given something that their hearts desire, with something that is theirs. It doesn't belong to a church. It doesn't belong to a school. It doesn't belong to their parents. It's a group of guys getting together, doing things that speak to their heart. Now, both of them, I'm sure, had different things they were gaining from it. The popular boy was probably learning some stuff and getting to learn some leadership skills and really being trained up in that way. And the other boy was learning how to speak out, maybe how to have a voice, and learn some things in the outdoors and get to know some other guys and to become friends with a posse of young men. And it's not rocket science. It's not counseling. It's not medication. It's nothing but what boys and men are designed to do when they gather together. And I just wanted to, I felt compelled to share that story because we're not just going out. I mean, you can have, if a young man is interested in KOZ, the things that he's going to get out of it can be a lot different than the things that maybe the guy sitting next to him, the young guy sitting next to him, or the other kid in his school, or his neighborhood, or down the road. So every boy has a lesson to learn. I know Don Disco, and we're probably going to do a talk about this one day soon. He was with his grandsons, and man, they do everything from rock climbing, wood splitting, fire starting with rocks, and I mean, they do some cool stuff. And they were on a trip recently, and they went and saw Don's Disco, KOZ leader, went and saw his sister and an orchestra. And so they're on this 5-day adventure doing all this crazy stuff. And when he asked them later what their favorite part was, and they said, we really liked that music thing, that orchestra, and Don and I were both like flabbergasted. But what it told us was that teaching the boy, we're not just raising up a bunch of rednecks. We want the boys to have life experience, but we don't want them to be afraid to want to be involved in music or whatever it is that God's created them for, whatever they feel drawn to, whatever they want to participate in, and they can share that with the other boys. And it was just an amazing thing that cultural differences and the different things that boys are exposed to can be huge pluses and even surprise us sometimes with who they are and what gets their attention and gets their heart. So think about that. Check out the store. Check out the Zoom calls, the HTL Zoom calls. And the number one thing that grows KOZ? It's KOZ HTL sharing KOZ with other men. So share KOZ with another guy. Man, you go and help some other guys start a KOZ group, and we'll give you a bunch of swag to flaunt as you go through your world. We love you. Regulators, mount up.